My grandfather taught me, you never stop learning. That was what was instilled in me. A good tradesman never stops learning. And I feel like I learn every day. My name is Chris Gillen, and they call me Spider. I'm the prep shop manager at Joe Gibbs Racing. We assemble and make sure everything is good to go on all 4 Joe Gibbs NASCAR cars. Back when I was sprint car racing, I used to carry a bunch of tires, and the guy was like, man, you go up and down the ladder and carry 8 things at one time, we're gonna call you Spider Monkey. And that's stuck for the last 35 years. I worked at night for nothing. To get my foot in the door, I got hired and just worked my way up the ladder. I tell people all the time, this isn't a real job, but it is a real job. It's got the same kind of stresses as the everyday man's got, everyday woman's got. Like, it's no different. Giving the race team the best product we can, week in and week out, is huge for us because it makes or breaks Joe Gibbs Racing. We want to win because we want to be the best there is, and I think that just adds to the pressure. For my group of guys, they have to get that car totally assembled. All the suspension, engine, drivetrain, all the driver, seat, interior, all that stuff, so that it's ready to go for tomorrow's part on the schedule. Is the fuel cell gonna take all day?
Probably.
Really? You have to be super efficient and super detailed, and there's just so many hands involved in this that it works like a well-oiled machine. Teamwork is invaluable. We give the race teams the best product possible to go out and be successful. We've got guys going 200 mile an hour in our race cars.
Contact right there. A lot of banging, a lot of shoving.
Something could go wrong and they could lose their life. There's a huge amount of pressure on us to perform to make sure that there is no defects, no issues, no problems, and that they can go call and run the race without even having to think about it. Being in that pressure cooker situation during the race, you live on the adrenaline. Stress levels go up because you want to just make sure that you're not missing anything that can just propel you to be that much better. The motivation for all of us, I think, is just our internal drive to be successful. We want to be the best that there is. There's nothing better than beating the competition. There's a huge pride for all of us. It's a pride of we did our job. The guys at the racetrack did their job. The driver did their job. We all amassed this thing to be able to come together and win a race. As a tradesman, I've used my hands a lot. I just loved it. I loved working with my hands. I just thought this was the pinnacle of what I wanted to do.